It was kind of like the Romany gypsies. Their home was taken from them. It's always been a point of contrition.
They had no homeland.
Like their homeland was what they were kicked out, basically. The Palestine and what's the other one? But they're always at war with each other because one believes that it's their homeland and the other ones were like, well, we were here first.
Well, it's basically the Arabs area, isn't it? You know that?
Yeah.
So the Jewish part is not the German part. It's they bred together or something.
Well, yeah,
you can be
Jewish people don't just breed with Jewish people. It's not like
you can be German and Jewish. Aren't there like African Americans or Irish Americans? You know what I mean? You've got your place of heritage or your place where you came from or your community, Canadian. Right? But you can be American but still be related to a nationality, not an identity. You know what I mean?
Like as you eat and drink and absorb things from nature, that all affects your DNA in small, tiny ways, and they can tell from your DNA how your ancestry moved across the planet from like million years ago to now. Pretty much, like they can say, well, your ancestry line started in the bowl of creation in Africa, where most species of humans came from. And some stayed where they were, and some went north where it was a bit cooler, and then some went even further north until they'd spread out. Some had gone south. Most of the world was connected at one point by land and ice bridges, and some tribes went all the way around the world and landed in Americas, like what Native Americans became later on. But they were all just like generation, 3 or 4 generations would live make a village, make a life, and then their kids would be like, we want more than this, the same as they do now. And then they would go off and have their own adventure and build their own civilization. And they did that until the entire world had been populated, at least every other land mass. Like all the major land masses were population zones. Like few species that probably kept us off of certain places like Madagascar and stuff like that. There was probably a few things there that would eat us when we was mammal, little monkey people running around the woods. So we probably didn't evolve there, and that's why you got Madagascar's like cut off from human life. Otherwise it would just be one big desert island like the Easter Islands. But I really like the idea of the Polynesian waterfarers, because they would literally just build these boats and sail into the storm. Like their boats were amazing, and although they weren't very safe for the person, it wouldn't fall apart. Like it would go through any storm. And they just built these big flat, like they literally just lived on boats. There's like a few people, like water gypsies, I can't remember what the proper name for them is, but they're like descendants of Polynesian water people. We just, yeah. It probably started off with diving for food, like diving for oysters and pearls and lobsters and stuff, and they were just like, well, there's better shallows out in the middle of the sea with much richer food sources because people aren't eating them, and they just went and lived on boats for the rest of their lives, born and raised on a boat, never setting foot on land. What's the name? Keith Moon, the massive druggie. No, what was the other one? What was the one that was still alive? He's dead now, but he was a water gypsy. Like he didn't set foot on land until he was 15.
Good God over the moon.
It wasn't Keith Moon, it was the other one, the one with the dark hair. Oh fuck no, it's gonna wreck my head. But yeah. It's a funny old world.
Ba 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 ba.
Reverting back to that conversation about sheep, are we?
Always.
What goes around comes around.
Literally.
That's what Justin Timberlake said.
Can't hear it though.
Yeah.
That's the only Justin Timberlake song I could have told you the name of.
I think you should really, take a look in the mirror there.
Is that one of his songs or something?
Mirrors, yeah.
I'll take your word for it, Ash. I'm not as sad as you, obviously.
Oh, see, I thought he was going to do a really good one then and shock everybody.
No, Justin Timberlake. He's on my list of, if I saw you, I would assassinate you, people.
Oh, nah. Do you know what? When he was in, like, NSYNC or whatever
Do you
it
know
was,
what?
the Backstreet Boys,
I don't know what you're complaining, Ash.
shit.
You're top of the list.
He's actually one of my, like, he's a really awesome actor.
Hello, Savage.
And I like him. Do you know, what was that one he did with Usher?
What, song or film?
It was at the Peppa Pig advert.
Sexy Back, maybe?
Yeah. I think it was just a really
Sexy
good...
Back. Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's got to be Sexy Back. I'm going to listen to that song now because I like it.
Check it out.
Oh, that reminded me of my friend, actually, that song. Now, let me give you the context before.
No, you're lying.
No, we were getting ready for... It was leading up to our prom at school. And he said, yeah, right, so what we're going to do is we're going to walk in and I'll have that song playing on the speakers. So that when we all walk in, we're walking into Sexy Back. And we'll look fucking awesome.
Check it out.
I'm going to do missions by myself.
Commiserations.
All for you.
I've waited long enough.
Yeah.
Oops, I did it again.
I followed through when I thought
Low Ray.
apart.
Savvy says she's sorry.
Oh, that's no biggie.
Oh, I know it's taken me about 4 minutes, but I've just thought of another Justin Timberlake song.
Which one?
4 minutes.
Never heard that one.
You better have an answer when we get to 4 minutes though.
That's why I said it then.
You see. It's such a good
I know a
joke
good
on-
NSYNC song.
Was that one as well?
Baby, bye, bye, bye.
I love that song as well, actually. 4 minutes, great song. Justin Timberlake. I'm gonna have a look at his other music. He's got quite a few good ones.
Yeah, she says she's
That's the
super.
problem though. Oh, sorry.
She says she's super busy with Sean and the kids. So basically, she could have just said kids.
That's fine.
You better rock your body to the break of day. Dance with me. Talk to me, boy.
I know she's busy. That's why I've not really.
I found a literally my base has been on top of a zombie spawner this whole time. And I had no idea.
Wow. And how do the zombies feel about it?
I'm sure they are going to hate it because I'm going to make a automatic killer. Well, an XP farm.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is hit them once and they die. I get the XP and their loot as well. And I can also set up an item sorter so that it gets rid of the rotten flesh, which is basically all the loot. But
Yeah.
it keeps other stuff, because sometimes they drop things like potatoes, poisonous potatoes, iron ingots
Bread.
sometimes.
Yeah. All sorts
Can
of stuff.
occasionally drop armour, it depends.
And
Yeah, so,
weaponry, yeah.
so that will be good. But I'm not going to set that up yet.
Oh, Michael Jackson's here.
Sorry. Get nervous there for a minute. My butt cheeks quenched.
Oh,
Michael Jackson is in the room.
Billie Jean at my door.
Oh, my stomach just rumbled then. I've just eaten. Why is it rumbling? Maybe I need a fart. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do. Ah, there you go.
oh,
I
Tastes
can
like
smell it.
bacon bits.
Oh! Took me 3 days, but I finally killed the boss that I was stuck on Genshin.
hooray.
Hey, well done,
Oh
mate.
my Jeebus. That was horrible, that was.
Wait, but did you forget to do the thing, or did you remember that?
What? Which thing?
I don't know.
Don't make me forget to do the thing. Oh no! Now I feel like I've forgotten something.
Oh, I've literally just said that because I just wanted to feel involved.
You've broken my mind. But with that, I don't even care. I just, you know,
Mate, that's well good
this
though.
boss was
3
so hard.
days. Yeah.
Like, I literally had to spend 3 days grinding everything else so that I could actually get through this boss. It's horrible.
Jesus.
Like, my characters are already max level, like the ones that I use regularly. The fact of the matter is, the ones that I use regularly are not set up to deal with electric damage enemies. Like, most of my damage comes from things like water. It puts me at a serious disadvantage.
Ooh, new monthly games tomorrow, boys.
Do we know what they are, yeah?
Yeah?
I will tell you in just a moment.
made my bum clench a little bit at points. 2 of my characters were completely dead. I just managed to keep the one character that could make a defensive struggle and the one person that could do an offensive struggle to do it together.
Okay, so there is Mortal Kombat 11, Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age. That is 12, isn't it? XII.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fury Unleashed. It's probably not. No, it looks a bit shit actually. Unturned. Also looks a bit like Minecraft and Roblox mixed together.
Unturned. That's a survival game.
Yeah. Fight, explore, build, survive. Yes, it is. Super Time Force Ultra. Kerbal Space Program Enhanced Edition.
That's a fun game.
So yeah. I would probably not play any of those.
Kerbal's fun. You got to build a space program.
Oh, did he say Kerbal?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kerbal's a giggle.
Is it one to play with friends or by yourself?
By yourself. I don't think it is multiplayer.
Nah.
I don't know what sort of game it is, to be honest. I literally know zero.
You basically launch a spaceship. That's it. That's the entirety of the game. You launch a spaceship and you've got to get it into orbit using the right trajectory. Like, you can speed it up and slow it down and change its course a little bit, like make directions. But you basically just got to get it to go around the planet.
Yeah.
And then land with a pod, and then it's like, you can go to space now. And then you go like to Mars or whatever. There's all these different challenges that you can do. But it's a really hard game. You probably wouldn't be any good at it anyway, Ash.
Fucking bastard.
But now he's definitely got to play it just to prove me wrong.
I'll give it a go.
Like I say, dude, for a free game, it'll be more fun than playing the same games over and over again. At least for 20 minutes, half an hour, unless you get really into it, and then you might be on there for a couple of hours.
Yeah. I was tapping on my desk with my foot, and the cat just woke up and he was just staring at me. So I stopped.
Like, bruh.
And now he's gone back to sleep. Shit.
Look, if he doesn't stop tapping his foot in a minute,
I'm going to attack him.
I'm gonna bite him.
Fuck's sake. FIFA 22 now only $41.99 on the PlayStation Store.
It's still expensive.
Yeah.
It was 20.
$41.99.
It was cheaper. Oh, what version is that?
PS5. Yeah. It is like a 10 or more, the PS5 version.
Look at that man.
Are we playing Mario Brothers now?
Always.
Sims 4. So it'd be good if all the DLC was out on that. Because there's just so much of it.
That's what I mean. If there was a cheap package with all the DLC, I'd buy it.
Yeah, it'd be good. It'd be really good, but it's just 30 quid, like, typically, unless it's on sale, but 30 quid per DLC. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Like, it is an extortionate amount. It's ridiculous. Like, EA, not EA. What's that one on the PC? Origin, is it?
Origin, yeah.
Yeah, like the Origin thing, that didn't give any DLC, I don't think.
If you get the on the PC, if you get the upgraded package, not the basic one, I think you get more.
Alright.
But it's £15 a month. But that's where you could play like FIFA 22 3 days before anyone else, and you got the ultimate version included.
Yeah. So that's worth it, really. £15 a month, I guess, in that case, isn't much at all.
Yeah. And it's like, if you pay for a year up front, it's out about 80-90 quid. So.
Oh, wow.
Used to be, anyway. I've not
Really?
seen it. Yeah, I've not seen it for a while.
I fancy playing golf, you know. I really do.
What with friends?
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit, I haven't got that on here.
Are you gonna play as Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods, y'all.
No, it's golf with friends. It's crazy golf, man.
Woo, I'm Tiger Woods.
No, I was initially talking about the PGA one. Well, actually, it's PGA Tour 2K21, so it's a 2K games now rather than EA Sports, because EA Sports discontinued it. But yes, then Blue mentions Golf with Your Friends, and yeah, I don't actually have that downloaded on the PS5, so I should do that.
That's awesome, yeah. Only have it for
no.
Xbox.
If I wanted to play as Tiger Woods, then I'd be playing him on Need for Speed instead. Actually, GTA.
I was about to say, what? Need for Speed?
Yeah, GTA instead. There you go, that makes more sense. WWE 2K19 is $54.99. 2K19. Bloody hell. Like, that's 3 years old, that game, and it's 55 quid for the PS4 version. Skyrim Special Edition. Oh, it's a PS5 version. Fuck. Nice. Oh, there's an anniversary edition, which is even cheaper, bizarrely. New Creation Club content. What the hell is that? Excuse me, sir. Can I have a look at this Creation Club content, please? I can't play Skyrim again, man. Fucking hell. It's like, say, I've platinumed it, man. I can't do it again. I actually feel like I've run out of things to do on Skyrim.
Yeah, you kind of do, but you don't. Like, there's plenty to do that you haven't already done, but at the same time, not really.
Winner of more than 200 Game of the Year awards. Game of the Decade. That's how it was described. A true... The graphics look well shit now. That's mad. Relive the adventure. Okay. What was saying? Yo, what the fuck was that? Yo! Go fishing.
On what?
Skyrim.
Oh, so they have added
Really?
new
How
stuff.
did that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Get off my arm, Astro, move.
Oh wow, they made this little trailer video the exact length of the Skyrim battle music. Oh, can I share this? Blue, check this screenshot out, mate. You might be interested, Andy, I don't know. Because you haven't played Skyrim properly before.
Well, he hasn't played Skyrim at all, really. He gets
No,
far,
not at all.
as far as the Dragon's Keep, and then
I just get bored of it.
yeah, which is weird because that's the bit where it gets like non-linear. Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know what though?
It is.
I really liked. What was the other one called? There was like another horse that you could get from one of the DLCs. You could whistle it.
Shadowmere?
Nah, the ghost horse from the Skeleton
Oh,
Dragon Quest.
yeah.
That's
I know one,
awesome.
yeah. That's part of the Dawn Guard.
Yes.
That's fine. When you go to...
Is it? Is it Dawn
yeah.
Guard?
No, wait.
It's in the vampire
it's-
place, but I
yeah,
think
that
it
is-
is called the Dawn Guard, isn't it?
It is Dawn Guard, yeah.
You have to
Because
go
the
through
vampire killers are Dawn
Serena's
Guard.
mom. You're looking for Serena's mom.
Yeah, that's it. And there's a guy that you help. And he then allows you to summon the horse. You can summon the horse and the horse will stay with you.
I'm sure you have to just find his bones.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
can
Or
just
something
shout.
like that, isn't it?
Yeah, like you just find his bones, and it's like you get taught a shout from his bones.
Yeah, you shout him and then you've summoned him and then you can just...
And then you've got a horse.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god. So I'd want to go on there and do things very differently, but I've done...
Every possible combination of everything.
Yeah. I've done mage, I've done like heavy armour, I've done light armour, I've done archery,
Yeah.
I've done sword and shield, I've done double swords.
Bow and arrow, daggers, axe. Like
It's
the only
really
weapon I probably
difficult.
never made was two-handed.
Yeah, I used two-handed, but
But I would have two-handed weapons, but normally they were conjured. Because I used to love having ridiculous conjuration, because then you could just make the best weapons in the game. If you had something, like if you was wearing a ring that improved your conjuration by 100% or whatever. You can literally just make yourself a bound bow or a bound sword and be the top end weapon.
Oh, here we go. Yes, so I have actually got my saved data on this PS5 from the PS4. So I've got my Skyrim on here.
Like, I feel like you did most of the stuff.
I
did you
did fucking
get, like-
everything.
Did you get all of the shouts? When I say all the shouts, I mean, did you go to the thing and get the warrior shout from the heaven realm?
I think I've got like
If you platinum
like
it, you must
shitloads.
have- yeah, if you platinum it.
I've got a lot. I think the trophy for that was get 20 shouts. I think it was,
Yeah. Oh, that's
which
not-
there are more than 20. Yeah.
I had
I'm gonna
all
go
of them.
check.
I had every single shout legit.
Here we go. Right.
Time to see what happens when foreign cultures get together inside the
Yeah, I platinumed it.
Bastard.
Yeah, I was playing it a lot though. Like Skyrim's a big game. And on the 22nd of September, I got the first one, which was Unbound.
Yeah.
And on the 15th of October, I got the platinum. Fuck it, hell.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those things, mate. I really loved Skyrim to a point where I had to stop myself from playing it because it was just, it consumed me for like 17 hours a day. Like, I'd wake up and start playing it, and then I'd be like, oh. Like, I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, learn 20 shouts. Absorb
It's
20
easy to
dragon
get
cells.
into it, do a quest, and get sidetracked a million times, and then all of a sudden it's 12 hours later, and you've still not done the mission that you was on. It's like, what the fuck? I still haven't done the thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure I did the thing. God damn it.
You know, the thing.
Yeah. Like, that was the thing I was going to do when I left the thing, when I left the place. When I turned on the stuff. I just forgot.
Yeah, man. Well,
I don't have nice things.
I did love that game so much. And honestly, if I could just forget my memory of that game and just go through it all again for the first time. Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god.
Didn't loads of people get hypnotised into forgetting that they'd watched Harry Potter as a kid so they could watch it as an adult for the first time?
I imagine they probably did, yeah.
I have a
So
really
good.
vivid memory of it being an actual thing.
Maybe you were one of them
Maybe I
and you
was.
haven't gone back and watched it again yet.
That would make sense.
There you go. You have a vivid memory of it. That must be the case. Right, let's go and take over some checkpoints on Far Cry. I've never changed discs so much in my life.
Discs.
Yeah. As soon as I stop playing Far Cry, it'll be alright, because then it'll be only COD in there. For now, anyway. Right, I'm going to make a quick coffee, have a quick piss, then I'll be back. Oh, God. Every time you start Far Cry up, it has this like automated, like, well, it reads out the dialogue that's on the screen.
Yeah.
The menu narration, that's it. And and off. Lovely. Yeah, so every time I start it up, it says press cross button to start. Every time. Every single time. Did I tell you about the problem I had with my car this morning?
No.
No?
So I was driving to have my booster, and I literally turn out of my road, and then drive down that road about 100 metres, and then turn left onto this other road. And I go into a slight divot, nothing that is out of the ordinary, and my car makes this horrible sound. Horrible sound. What the fuck was that? It wasn't loud, but it was just an awkward sound, and it just does not sound good coming from your car.
If your car's going to make a noise, it's probably best if it isn't that one.
Yeah, yeah. And then I was just driving along, and it had this horrible then sound that was just continued going. So I then turned into the next road that I was going to go down anyway. Again, this is probably only on the route itself. It's probably only about 400 metres from my house that this has happened.
Yeah.
And I've pulled over. I've got like, is it my tyres? Like, I don't know what that sound is. When I stop the car, it stops though, so I'm confused. So I have a look and everything, and then I drive to the end of the road because I'm blocking the driveway at that point. Drive to the end of the road, pull over again, have another look. I call my dad, and he says, "Well, you know, have a good look at your suspension, then maybe." So I put the car in full lock. That's what I did. Turn the wheel all the way, so I could open it up and have a look. And yeah, no, I thought it was something to do with the suspension, but actually, apparently, that's just the way suspension looks, with a certain thing around the top of it. My dad just says, "Right, go have your booster, and then come to me, and I'll have a look. We'll see." So I go to have my booster, which my dad's house is between. The place that I have my booster is between my flat and my dad's house, so it's like on the way.
Yeah.
I think it's probably only about a mile away anyway, so it's not too far. Yeah, no, so my dad's having a look around because he could hear it as well as I was driving in. And then I was like, "Oh, you know what, I'll get back in the car and put it on full lock so you can have a look." And I could sit down, and he waves through the window. No, I know what it is. And I look under the car, and there's a fucking branch rammed between like my car, in my car, underneath it.
Yeah.
There's a fucking branch. I thought it was the wheels. When I'm sat in my car, I thought it was the wheels where it was coming from.
Wow.
But he was like, no, it sounded more central. There was a fucking branch lodged in my car. But it hadn't done any damage.
That's crazy.
I don't think. Yeah, but it stayed underneath my car for that whole mile. Basically.
Just think at the angle you must have hit it to make it go there and stay lodged there.
Yeah. And it came out pretty easy. It wasn't as strong. Well, it came out pretty easy because it snapped. My dad snapped it, and it snapped it quite easy. So it was surprising it stayed there. I went over a train crossing as well, and I would have thought that maybe it would have gone down in between the things and then come out, but no. In between the tracks and then popped out, maybe not. So, yeah, but oh my god, I was thinking, at that moment I was thinking, for fuck's sake, Christmas has just gone, and I can start to save money again, and now I'm going to have to fucking fork out.
300 quid for a suspension check.
Yeah. Well, just whatever it would have been shit, so...
Well, I'm
But,
glad.
yeah, my dad was like, "It's well dirty under here, you got grass and everything under it." I was like, "What? How the fuck... Who cleans the underside of
Under
their
their
car?
car. Yeah. Standard, bro.
No,
You haven't been cleaning under your car.
no.
Gross. That's like not cleaning your back teeth, that is.
But no. But side of my car. Fucking really?
Dad's a special.
He goes to me, oh, you just got to take care of your car. And I'm like, what? I'm not, like, do you clean the underside of your car? And then ask him another question, and he never actually answered that question, because the answer's no, he fucking doesn't.
No.
Do as I say, not as I do. That's the dad motto.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose if there's grass and stuff under there, then that means you've probably been off-roaded it somewhere.
No.
Because generally there's only dust and dirt underneath. So he's probably just testing to see if you're being a boy racer or if you're being sensible.
Who knows that? I'm very sensitive, actually. I've done very well with that car.
Yeah.
Like, it's my first car, and I have curbed my wheels, but it took me 2 years to do it.
Yeah, and everybody does it,
First
dude.
car.
Everybody does it.
Oh yeah. Literally everyone does it.
Flip. Like, you hear that?
It's a horrible sound.
My dad
Since
did it
that
on
happens.
like, my dad's been driving since fucking before either of us was born. And he still curbs it every now. Well, I still curbed it every now and then. That's just something that you do when you drive. You can't be perfect all the time. Maybe your mirror's been clipped and you've got a slightly different angle on it. Or you just misjudge it because it's raining, and all of a sudden, boom, you clipped somebody else's car or you clipped a barrier. Like my mate literally backed my friend, backed my dad's car. Like my dad was driving, but my mate was going back. My mate's as blind as a fucking bat, so he's not even seen that there's one of those posts, the bollards that stop you from parking in front of shops and that.
Oh yeah.
He just backed my dad straight into it. And I was like, mostly I was panicked because I thought my dad broke his neck the way he fucking jolted. He was like, no, I'm alright. But he must have had whiplash and he just was fucking on morphine, didn't know it. Because if I'd have been in the car, I'd have been dead. Like the jolt, because I'd have been looking backwards at it. My dad had trouble turning his head all the way.
Well, I have got reversing sensors on my car, which are very nice. And to be honest, I also feel like, because I've had them with my first car, if I were to not have them now, I'd sort of be screwed. I don't know. I'd be able to work it out eventually, but just, I think I'd definitely get a couple of knocks here and there, I reckon, whilst I'm learning. But I'd probably go out in my car to literally test that, to see exactly how far from everything I have to be and all of that.
Well, that's it. Like, he's just got a new Ford Focus, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's what I've got.
He had this one when it was first out, like the original Ford Focus, not the sexy one that they've released now with all the bubbly curvy bits.
Yeah.
Like, they've done a really good. Like, I'm not a big car fan, but I do really like the Ford Focus. It's just a very well built machine.
It is very well rounded, really, isn't it?
Like they put a good amount of thought into the actual, like the people buying the car, rather than just the people selling the car.
Yeah.
Like my dad saw what I own.
Bloody hell, why are there so many enemies here?
Alright guys, I'm fixing to get off. I will see y'all later.
See you later,
Alright,
dude.
mate.
Later.
See you later.
Sure.
I'd absolutely smash the stealth on here. Like, I am so good at it. It is a joke.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's
Rubbish,
actually quite
really.
unfair how I'm so good at it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm disgusted.
Right, the one, and the two, and the 1, 2, 3, 4. Bosh. I love doing everything in stealth though. This is very tactical, which is very fun.
See, I think that's why I preferred things like Borderlands, because it's just run and gun and you haven't got to worry about, like, nothing. You just kill everything. Like with a shooter looter, I feel like I get instant gratification from it, rather than the long term satisfaction of doing specific interests. I just like big explosions.
Although I feel what I just did there, mantling barbed wire, was probably a little bit unrealistic. Because it would tear me apart. got a new assault rifle, which is nice. But I sort of prefer my old one, although this one's technically better. New weapons and gear available at... let's do that. Ooh. Fucking hell, I'm in a dune buggy, but it's Welsh shit. It just slides everywhere. Oh, but if you can handle the slide, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. So in Forza, that's what I used to do a lot of, drifting. Like the drift tracks.
Yeah, Forza Horizon I like. Forza other one, whatever it's called, I didn't.
I know, Forza 4, I think it was I played. Maybe even Forza 3.
That's the one thing that I miss about owning an Xbox. Playing Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
Although now it would be Skyrim, not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls as well. I'm still gutted about that. I hope it comes to it and they're like, actually, we changed our mind. It is going to be out on the PlayStation.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, if they don't, they're ripping themselves off. There's a lot of money to be made in it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
PlayStation is half of their audience.
Well, if just say 5% of that audience decide to buy Xboxes because of it, and then
But how much money do they make from consoles?
it's not the consoles, it's once they buy an Xbox, there's the potential of other purchases of games and peripherals and stuff. That's the way they look at it.
Yeah,
Plus,
but not everyone's got enough money to buy a console just for one game or a couple of games.
What they've said is that rather than it being a thing of them trying to lure people over, they said it's more of a thing of they want the exclusives. They want a reason for why you get one.
Yeah.
You know, something that's good on the Xbox is the fact there's Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
You know, but this
Yeah, but
PlayStation.
you know, there's a few games that have done it over the years, and they've always been sad for me personally because they've been games that I really wanted to play, and I've never played them just because of the console that they're on. And it's not that I don't like the console, I just can't afford to have two consoles, lots of games. Like, if a pad goes dead, how long is it before the other pad goes dead? And that means I've got to have two pads for each console. That's another 100 and whatever quid, depending on which version I get. Like, it just, yeah, I couldn't afford to run two consoles, so they're losing out on the sale with the people that are on the one thing that they don't support. think that's silly. I think it's very mean. I wouldn't ever tell them they can't play on my console.
Well, it's very nice of you.
Yeah, it's a bit shit, really. Think about it.
As a consumer of their product for many, many years now, like I've been playing Elder Scrolls since Morrowind. And I feel like I did play a little bit of one of the really, really old PC versions.
Yeah, the original Morrowind.
I didn't realise there was more than one version of Morrowind, to be fair.
Morrowind was one of the, I think it was Elder Scrolls 3 or 2. I can't remember which one it was.
No, Morrowind was like 4. Because the one that me and Ash have been playing recently is 5.
No,
And then Elder Scrolls Online is 6.
no, Morrowind is much earlier than that.
It's the one before Oblivion.
Yeah, Morrowind was out before Oblivion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the Elder Scrolls 3. Morrowind. It was released in 2001 Blue.
Yeah. But it was on Xbox, and it. So I had it. I played it a lot.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Like, even if you only played it through one full playthrough, you played that game a lot.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
it was just such, again, it was a vast, epic world that you could do all this mad, crazy shit in. And it was just insanity. It was awesome though. It was just, again, like Skyrim, there was so much to do, it was almost too much to do.
Absolutely.
It was very easy to get Skyrimmed. Which is when you try to do something over and over again, but keep getting stuck on like, oh, there's a puzzle
Side
there.
missions, yeah.
Oh, there's a word over there, I can see the dragon flying around. Let me quickly go and grab this.
I had a summer job working at the college that I eventually went to when I was 16. So I just finished my
Yeah.
GCSEs, and in that summer, before I went to college, I worked at
going
the
on?
college. And yeah, in that summer job, I moved the computers from the old college to the new college and set up new computers and everything. So anyway, yeah, one of my bosses, because I had 3,
Yeah.
they're all pretty decent lads, to be fair, into their gaming and everything, obviously. I feel like that's a given for IT. But yeah, so one of them was just like, I can't get Skyrim. I just can't, because I know how much I'll love it. And if I get it, I'm not going to see my wife again.
Okay, just download some mods and make her in the game.
There you go, that's what I should have
Get
said.
some pretty crazy realistic shit on there now.
Yeah. Well, you can get a wife in Skyrim, can't you?
Yeah.
Hamlet of Mara.
Whether
And a
you're
husband.
male or female.
Yeah.
Because I... Ooh, what was that?
Just a moment. Once you discover right,
Ooh! Sneaky, sneaky. Yeah, I was always a female character. But when I played through, like, whichever iteration of Skyrim I was playing at the time, I was like a sassy rogue. So I used daggers for close and bows for distance, and I got myself a husband, and he had his own shop. And from that day on, regardless of whether I was a man or a woman, I always married that one guy because he had a shop.
There's a few of them that have shops though. I feel like it's a given.
Yeah,
with them, isn't it?
in Riftwood. No, what's it called?
Riverwood.
Riften.
Riften or Riverwood.
Yeah, the Bee and Barb in Riften.
Yeah. Oh my
My
god.
brain was trying to remember so many words at the same time then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had I'm trying to think. He's like an alchemist teacher, a shopkeeper,
I think I brought my game.
and you could marry him without breaking it.
There's nothing I can make at my city at the moment. But it won't let me end the turn because of this. This constant cough, it's been weeks.
Fucking hell, the speed bumps on this game are fucking ridiculous. I just found the sports car in Far Cry,
Nice.
so I'm obviously ragging it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's probably why they're ridiculous, to be fair. So that makes sense. But
Like if it's the only car in the game, you'd have it completed in a day.
it's
Drive everywhere.
Yeah. Ah, shite. Oh, I just killed a civilian, I think.
Rip. I'm reporting you.
It's alright, the game has already warned me. Well, I'm doing... I slowed down before the speed bump there. Because basically, if you go over them too fast, the car literally rides on its nose.
This is ridiculous.
That is the problem when you've got low riders. Cars close to the ground, just getting scraped. Not in the sexy way. I'm not even sure there is a sexy way.
Hopefully the car stays there and doesn't despawn or anything, because that would be upsetting if it did.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
Cars act silly on this game. Like if you drive on the right, but if you're slightly over on the left-hand lane, the oncoming lane, then the car on that oncoming lane will turn into your lane to try and avoid you.
Makes sense.
Which of course makes things
Crash.
well, more difficult, because I would try and go away from him, so he should go away from me, but no.
No. Run him down, bro. Run him down.
Well, I've got the sports car. Complete any Grand Primo race. Oh, okay. I've got to do that to unlock that car. Let's do it. I've got to do one right now. Grand Primo race. Oh, yeah. I've never done a race on here, so that'd be good.
Nice, nice. Nice.
It makes you drive in first person on here as well. You can't drive in third person.
Ah, that's
But
horrible.
I sort of like it, you know. I think it's quite nice having to drive in.
I'm not about that. I don't like driving games when they make you drive like you're driving a car.
It's not too bad though. It's really not too bad. Right.
I'm just a terrible driving person.
Oh fuck! This is not a Grand Primo race. This is a fucking.
No.
I'm on a fucking plane. What?
Well, they say it's a bug in the game. Sometimes it'll just do this.
Well, that's nice.